Hello everyone, you're welcome to this tutorial. And so I decided to do this tutorial to address mixamo's root motion, and by root motion I will have put to properly explain this. I've brought in two mixamo characters from our previous tutorials, and this time I gave one when I click I'm in the animation um, layout. When you come here and come to the NLA, you see that for the first character I enabled walking fast. This motion doesn't have a root motion. I'm going to play both of them so that you see what we're talking about. No root motion means that it's walking on the spot, while this second one has root motion, and I'm going to show you the challenges it faces in Blender when you bring an action that has its own root motion. For this guy now, let's say we intend to extend the work cycle of the one with no root motion. We see that when we extend this by pressing N to bring out our side panel over here, and we go to increase the repeat value to, let's say, 2 or let's say 3. Okay, so it means that that action is going to be repeated 3 times. Yes, the complete sequence will be repeated 3 times. So I'll play. I want us to focus on this guy first. I'll play the sequence. You can see it's seamless and it just continue on a walk. Yeah, however, this guy over here, let's try and do the same thing for him. So let's see. You see his action is a bit longer, so I'm going to extend my timeline a bit further. So I'll take the end frame forward to accommodate at least 3 of the strips. So I'll do the same thing for this guy. Press 3. Now one will expect that he will continue to move in a straight direction along the y-axis, but this is where you get, you see, he stops, and when the animation repeats itself, you see he snaps back to his origin point and starts moving forward again. So this particular problem is why we usually advise for you to bring your animations into Blender without this root motion. Okay, and if for example you downloaded an action from Mixamo that has the root motion, now I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that issue. Okay, so I'm going to go to my animation folder again. I will import that I'm going to import that particular action back into the scene. So the action we're talking about, if you look over, is walk to stop. So I'm going to import the walk to stop or amateur, then I'll move it to the side. So now what we're going to do over here to fix this motion, is firstly I'll press shift backwards. I want to go to my NLA and disable this strip so that it's no longer active. Then I'll press N to bring out my side panel, and I want to look for mixamo. The reason why I'm doing that is that I want to zero out the action on the rig. Okay, so now when I press spacebar, you see that this guy is moving forward. So what we want to do is take him back to his origin point where he started the action from. I'm going to leave pose mode for that character, and I'll come over here. Once I've done this, I want to open the action editor, and what I'm looking for is this hips, not spine. Okay, so we're going for hips. I've selected the bone in pose mode. That will even help you single out everything over here. So you might see when I select this bone, it changes to the upper leg. So just select this hip bone, and go to Z location and turn off Z location. So now we'll play the animation, and you see he's no longer moving. So once I know that the Z location is the problem, I can go ahead and select it and press X to delete. Now when you play the action, you see he walks and stop. So now that we have fixed this problem, the root motion problem in this action we downloaded, we'll now go ahead and retarget it to our character. So with it zeroed out, we cancel out whatever source skeleton is there because we have a new source skeleton. So we select this guy, which is amateur 006. So you see he's not selected. Now we can now click on apply animation. So now when we play the action from frame 1, you see our character is now like this one with no root motion on one spot. Okay, and since we have that, obviously we have to go to the action editor and rename this guy. So we'll say CR_walk to stop. There I can put no root motion because I already have one stored with that exact name, so I just want to add no root motion so that I know that it's the one, that's the action with no root motion. So I'm going to push that down, and for some reason, okay, so I'll push that down, and I'll just disable that and zero out this guy. So sometimes when you have actions here, I'm going to check the blend mode to change the blend mode to combine and enable the action. Now you see it right here. When I stretch this out, you see it has walk to stop, no root motion. So when I play this action, you now see it's not fixed with no root motion. So let's try and increase the repeat value like we did for the other 1 to 3. Let's see what happens this time. So press play, see it works, it stops, continues working, it stops, continue working, it stops. So yeah, that concludes how to fix your root motion for your character. Now that we have removed the character, in our next tutorial I'm going to show you how 2 ways of which you can move your character in your scene. Okay, so take care and I'll see you in the next one.